last night, I didn't sleep as well as I did at the hostel the night before, but for being in a shelter or tent, I slept pretty darn good. And I will thank Susan, who mailed me some Tylenol PM. I didn't sleep that soundly. I woke up a lot, but the big difference is I was able to fall back asleep within about 5 or 10 minutes each time. And that is a huge difference. Usually when I wake up, I'm full of dread because I'm like, no, I'm going to be up for hours. So, wow, I feel very, very groggy this morning, though. I woke up before sunrise. It was probably 6 o'clock, and I could see that the sky was starting to get lighter, but not yet. It was still dark out. So I dozed back to sleep and woke up at 7:30, and that's what time it is now. So, but I feel really groggy. Well, I've dragged myself out of the shelter, but as I mentioned, I was really groggy, but my eyes are all puffy. I don't think you can probably tell. Probably allergies. I'm hoping that's all it is. So if I don't feel better, I'll take an allergy pill, but they make me feel funny. I get really jittery. I'm very sensitive to medications, and so maybe the Tylenol PM added to the grogginess on top of probably allergies. I don't generally have allergies, so but the biggest issue right now, I hate to even say there's issues, but back, I don't know, the second week, way back early on in my hike, I broke my front tooth and went to a random dentist in Franklin and had that. It wasn't fixable. I had to get a fake one, a flipper. So this front tooth here, whatever, the front right, is just attached to like a plastic thing that goes up the roof of my mouth like a retainer, but there's two metal pieces that clip to the very back teeth, the top back molars. The issue I'm having, which has been fairly consistent for a couple weeks, some days worse than the other, and today it's pretty bad. The molar on the back, on the right, the very last tooth, I've had a lot of trouble with that back tooth. At least once a day I get a throbbing feeling, especially when food gets caught, so I've been taking Tylenol and making sure I keep it clean, but I'm afraid that I'm causing more weakness and damage on that tooth from having that little metal clip on it. So when I was just brushing my teeth and flossing just a little bit ago, it was painful. It was quite painful. So I'm not sure what's going to become of that. You know, if I lose that tooth, then this front one doesn't have anything to clip on. So I'm like a walking mess here. But the Tylenol it's taken it from pain to discomfort. So I'll see what happens. I'm heading to the next shelter, so I think it's only 9 miles. And I'll stop there and see what the rest of the day looks like and see how hard it is. I'm disappointed in myself that I didn't get out at like 7 o'clock like I wanted to, but I really, between allergies, grogginess, toothache, the heat, where? I'll find positive things about this morning. I will, and I'll report back to you. Nice place to sit and take my first break of the day. There's one stone up there in the shade. I hate to venture to guess this, but I think this is probably the hottest day so far. All those complaints and all the heat exhaustion, and up till today has been nothing. My head is pounding despite having ibuprofen, but it worked on my tooth. That doesn't hurt so bad right now. I can feel it, but I do have a nice view, and I'm sitting in the shade right now. It's going to be a slow day. It's taken me over an hour to go 1.5 miles. I'm assuming that's the James River, because that's the area I'm in. I can see a bridge way down. That's probably the footbridge I crossed the other day. So I'm going to sit, drink lots of water, electrolytes, Maybe an energy bar. I'm not hungry though. Not even a little. Whew. Here's the tenting area that I would have aimed for last night had I left the shelter around 4 o'clock, 4:30. So it looks fine. It's a fire pit and some flat areas, but there's no water anywhere in sight. So it would have been a wrong decision. I would have depleted the water from last night, and I would have to continue on hiking this morning in this heat without a resupply. So I made the right choice, even though it put me behind. It is what it is. I really don't want to seem like I'm complaining. I really don't. There's really nothing else to say today except pretty view, tall mountain, I'm sweating, I have a headache. It's too hot for this. So I do have, I'm heading to Waynesboro, so that's the ultimate goal. So I think it's 80 miles and I've only gone like 3. So, but by the time I get there, added to what I did after I passed the 600-mile marker, I think I went about 20 miles from there to Glasgow, and then it's 80 to Waynesboro. So in Waynesboro, I should be at my 700-mile marker. So that's kind of monumental to me. So that's a good thing to look at. My legs don't hurt, my foot doesn't hurt. I'm just trying to look at the positive things. I'm in the shade at this very moment. I just went through a cobweb. But cobwebs are good, they're wonderful. There's nothing negative about that. I'm hoping to run into Grub today. The other day I ran into Wookie, if you remember, on the trail. So Grub and Wookie I met in Duncannon, Pennsylvania, before I took that little break and flipped down here to Virginia. They kept walking south, so I'm passing them. Well, we're passing each other, going opposite directions. And Grub, who I believe stayed at Punch Bowl Shelter last night, and that's the direction I'm heading. I think that's where I'll be staying tonight. So if I'm right, I should be passing him on the trail today. I'm rambling, but see, it's all positive things, positivity. Wow, look at that spider web. Oh, you're not gonna be able to see it. There's so many spider webs that I walk with my trekking poles in front of me. Like, hold on. I have to go like that when I get between 2 trees, and I just and catch the spider webs before they get my face. It doesn't always work though. I think I've eaten my lot of spiders just in the last few months than I have my whole life. Isn't there something I read somewhere that the average person eats 8 spiders in their life? Oh, there's a tree blocking the trail. Looks like it's been there a while. It's kind of pretty, actually. Let me get a picture. Well, I ran into Grub. I knew I would. I stopped to take a picture of a log that had fallen across the trail. And as I was standing there, I saw a hiker in the background, and my first thought was, ah, dang, you're ruining my picture. And then I realized it was Grub, so that was fun. And then we just sat around on the trail in the shade talking for about a half hour, maybe even more. But I meet the best people out here, the absolute best people. It's the best part, one of the best parts. Yeah. Oh, I found a tick on me no sooner after I walked away from him. I don't know, about half mile later. I just looked down on my arm and there he was. So the good news is I got rid of him. He didn't get in my skin yet. See, I'm getting clumsy. I'm just tripping over rocks that are 1 inch high. So I'm gonna put the phone away and just ramble or amble or whatever. I'm looking for a place to stop and have lunch and rest my lungs and my heart, but there's really nowhere to sit. This is that's a steep slope, and then we get up. The rocks, I could just sit on the ground there, but they're pretty low. So I'm just looking for an appropriate place in the shade where I can have a peanut butter sandwich. I could use that little portable chair that I have
And I would, except this trail right here, it's just wide enough for one person to pass. If I sit right in the middle of the trail and somebody else comes, that would be rude. So if that's what I have to do, I will. If I don't see something in the next 15 minutes or so. Because I'm hungry. Couldn't find a better spot, so I'm literally hogging the trail. Somebody comes by, I'll move. There's a few feet. Well, there's about 1 foot for them to walk by. But I don't think I'm going to see anyone. Grub is the only one I've seen all day, and that I expected. So I've got an English muffin with some peanut butter and honey, and combos, water with electrolytes. I have a Cliff Bar, but I'm really not that hungry. I just need energy. And I know I need to eat, even if I'm not hungry. I don't want to push. I mean, I'm hungry, but it kind of makes me, I don't know, it sits heavy in me. Does that make sense? So I'm just going to enjoy this. I'm in the shade-ish. You can see a little bit of speckly sun, but oh man. Well, I have good news and bad news. I was curious because I'm so high up in elevation right now. I just checked for cell service, and I have it. I actually have internet service right now on my phone. I don't know if I'll have it in the shelter because it's down. I'm going flat right now, but in, I don't know, another mile or so, I'll be climbing, and then I'm going down. It's called the punch bowl, and it just goes down and up, and I guess it shapes like a punch bowl shape. I don't know. And the shelter's kind of halfway down, and I may lose service. So the good news is I have service. The bad news is I'm probably going to sit here for longer than I intended to, so I can catch up with talking to people. My son's old music teacher, his middle school music teacher, Jeff Raywood, from Salem, Massachusetts, he thru-hiked this trail in 2016, and he just sent me a text asking where I am, because he knows that I've been doing this and following me. So I want to respond to him, and I can't sit here too long. This is a bad thing. Oh, it's 92 degrees in Glasgow, which is the nearest town, so that's down there. So it's 92 there, so I don't know, is it cooler up on the mountains? Or it's supposed to be cooler in the winter, it is, but I guess when you're hiking and in the sun, it gets hotter. So. All right, I'm trying to find the positive of every negative, right? So I've been going through stinging nettle, and that's not comfortable. And now I've got, who the hell knows, all in my shorts. That's going to be fun. And it's poking through on my arse and elsewhere. And yeah, this is quite uncomfortable. If you can see there, all over my butt. This sucks. While I was having my lunch back there and had Wi-Fi, I was able to chat, a video chat on Facebook with my friend Patty. Hi Patty. That was really cool and really weird to be sitting in the middle of a trail, in the middle of nowhere, and be able to video chat. That was kind of cool. So I'm now got a half-mile climb up to the top of Bluff Mountain, and what I'm not looking forward to is all the notes on Gut Hooks, which is the app I use for GPS, and notes from other hikers who have passed through here. And you know, sometimes they'll say it's the water source is dry at a certain place, or you know, just different things, any confusing directions, and they can clarify. Well, the note up here, there's a memorial to a little boy. I'll fill you in on that one when I get there. But there's some stone steps apparently, and there's a copperhead den on the lower step. And the notes, I scrolled back for at least a year. Hikers have been leaving comments that they've seen the copperhead scurrying underneath the step, or sunning just right on the step, or hovering around it. And I haven't seen a copperhead yet. I am not looking forward to it. I'm going to be very, very nervous taking a step up there if I don't see him. Because at least rattlesnakes will warn you. They'll coil and rattle and stuff. But the copperheads won't warn you. If he feels threatened, he'll just reach out and bite. So I'm a half-mile away, and I'm already getting nervous about it. But it is what it is. My legs are stinging. Whatever I went through, there's nettle. I'm just imagining that's it. I don't know. I didn't stop to investigate. And all those thorns were sticking through my shorts on my behind. So I don't know. I'm having a little, I don't want to say an allergic reaction, but definitely a reaction to something. There was a lot of overgrown brush there, so I couldn't avoid it. Anyway, I've stalled long enough. I should probably walk to the copperhead. I'll assume this is the memorial to the little boy. Yes. Oh gosh. Okay, this is the exact spot little Audie Klein Powell's body was found April 5th, 1891, after straying from Tower Hill Schoolhouse, November 9th, a distance of 7 miles, age 4 years, 11 months. Oh. Can you imagine how scared he was? Wonder how he died. If he was attacked by a bear, if he was stung by bees, if he froze and starved to death. That's horrible. Oh, that's horrible. So I'm just now approaching the top of this mountain, and apparently there's stairs where there's a copperhead living, and that makes me very nervous. Let's see how I do this. Oh, wow. Oh, now that's a view. Now that's a view. Wow, wow, wow. Holy moly. Although, these are stairs, and that's where the copperhead, that's what they were saying. So I'm not going to linger right there. I'm going to come over here. I survived. I guess it's over there in that steps. Oh, well, I got through there. No snake. Oh my God. But I'm still too close for comfort. I know they could be anywhere, and being nervous just because I know that there's one in a certain spot doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I should be safer if I know it's there, right? So I shouldn't be as nervous, because it could be in these leaves, anywhere I'm stepping, there could be copperheads. Fear doesn't have to make sense. All right, well now my next destination is down to the Punch Bowl Shelter for the night. Try to cool off. Dinner time. Tonight it is mesquite barbecue chicken with beans and rice. So I'm boiling the water, and I'm going to do freezer bag cooking tonight. I've already hung my bear bag and refilled my water, but oh my God, this water source is disgusting. I don't want to walk away from the flame right now to show you, but oof. And I've decided to stay in my tent instead of the shelter. It looks kind of skanky, and I can see some chewed up paper in there. It looks like a mouse has been around. I don't know if you can see my tent. I set it up. There it is. Boop. And that will keep the mice away. Sorta. They can still nibble through, but I make sure that there's nothing, no food, nothing that smells like food at all in my tent. I turned the phone off quick because my water was boiling. So now I filled the freezer bag and I put it in the little koozie, and now I wait 10 to 12 minutes. I have nothing to do for 10 to 12 minutes except talk to you. Dinner's ready. I haven't had a bite yet. Mesquite barbecue chicken, beans and rice. This could go either way. Let's try. I've never had this kind before, so we'll see. Pretty good. Thumbs up. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Amazing. There's no trees that have branches that are appropriate for hanging a bear bag that I could get them over. You can see they're all just really tall, and it's like 50, 60 feet up where the branches are. So as long as I have one tree that has something I can hook it to, like that, all right? It wouldn't hold my bag, but right in the crook of the tree, right there, I tossed the line. And then, I can zoom out, I tied it to the other side, on the other tree, and you can't really see the line going right in between. I just hoisted it up between the two trees. I'm actually impressed with myself, because before this hike, I'm usually very clumsy and unknowledgeable about things like that, engineering and jury-rigging things. I always turn to my husband or whoever's around and say, how do you do this? And then they just do it. And I don't like that. I never did like that, but it was always just easier, and I'd get busy doing something else. But that's one thing I really like about being out here by myself. that I have to learn how to do it by myself. And so far so good. I haven't been eaten by a bear, a copperhead, a rattlesnake, a bobcat. Haven't lit myself on fire. Alright, so dinner's done. And I'm just heading back to my tent now. Brush my teeth and all that fun stuff. I was going to have a piece of candy for dessert, but I just hung it up, so scratch that. I'm heading back to my tent over there. It's just starting to get to be dusk. The privy is so far away, I will probably not even use it. I'll just hide behind a tree if I need to get up. And I'm alone. Again, not a soul in sight. I still don't feel 100% comfortable with that. I just don't. I would love for somebody else to come and either stay in the shelter or pitch their tent. Anybody. But I don't think that's going to happen. All right, climbing in. Something awesome happened. I have company. A hiker came, and it's a woman, and she's going to be tenting too. So right now she's looking for the water and the privy and all that. She'll set up her tent. So, although I just took a Tylenol PM to see if that helps. So I don't think I'll be very good company, but at least there's somebody else here. And that's what I wanted.